Content warnings, by the way. There are depictions of characters drinking alcohol in certain scenes later in the game. There you go, don't panic. Drummers are actually a subset of tradesmen. They have more in common with a plumber or a builder than a musician. She's singing! So in case you couldn't tell, this is a game for 30-year-old women to be able to pretend and lose themselves in the fantasy of, like, not being a complete skillless, talentless idiot in high school. It's literally me! I was in music club. I don't know what you call it. My school didn't really have clubs. You will love this game then. What the f***? If you're gonna be lost at sea, being in a boat is one of the best things to be in. Why do all of the women in this game have an NPC phenotype? I believe this is gonna be the protagonist throughout the whole game, but she still just looks like an NPC. Wow, your performance was so inoffensive. You're in. Your singing was so inoffensive and mundane that it almost blended in with the backing track. Wow! I've never seen a talent like that before. When I walk to the supermarket, there's always a guy. There's always a worker whistling. Your singing's almost as good as that. Alright, here we go. We choose our trait. Gormless. We can be gormless. Wide or narrow. The three genders. Real life Krampus? No, because I'm not gonna lick you. Wait, what does Krampus do to little kids? Does he just take them? There's something to do with the Krampus's tongue. Does he eat their toes or their fingers or something? What does Krampus actually do? Origins, modern history, appearance. There are Christmas cards of Krampus abducting children. He beats children with birch branches. Pretty based. Kids deserve this shit. There was a turning point. I used to think, you know, all adults have a duty towards children. We have to protect children. Never do harm to them, and if we're aware of them being harmed, we have a duty to step in and do something, whatever form that may take. Maybe going to an authority who can do something, or stepping in ourselves is that necessary. I used to think that. And then one little fucker, one like 12-year-old little bitch, I was walking down the road and he was walking towards me and he just like vaped on me. Death. Death to all children. Fuck 'em. More Krampuses. Old enough to vape, old enough to get beaten by like a black creature. Yo, it's reverse Mass Effect. You choose the color at the beginning instead of the end of the third game.
To feel as if you have no place to turn.
This is Discount What's Her Name. This is Discount What's Her Name. Abby? What's her name? What's her name? Ashley Johnson. This sounds like Discount Ashley Johnson. Yes, exactly. What if it is Ashley Johnson though? There's no way. It is Ashley Johnson. The recording's like bad though. It's a recording that sounds like it's in a recording booth. You get what I'm saying? Which I guess you can blame on the mix or whatever. Yeah, I can hear her tongue touching her teeth. This is like an ASMR recording. I can hear the inside of her mouth too clearly. They did nothing to make this sound like you're hearing another person in a hallway. Which I think you should if that's the scene. It feels very wrong for the recording to be like this to me. She's got a fucking wrist tumor.
In Grace.
And these motherfuckers will laugh and tell you AI can't draw hands and release this game. Every woman so far is either trans or on a massive amount of androgens. Look at those fucking hands. Fucking 2-inch diameter pinky finger.
Calliope? I didn't know or else.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Grace.
I had a feeling she was gonna die. Because there's no way they could afford having Ashley Johnson for more than Act 1. Brian got her. Look, I understand her ex-husband being erased, but at the same time, it is strange, right? Wait, the main character is Laura Bailey? Travis Willingham's wife? Let me listen again. It's been a while since I've heard them. Maybe voice actors won't be replaced by AI because they aren't charging enough. I'm gonna release a game with a character called Calliope, but everyone will pronounce her name Calliope. You have unlocked Piss Vision. The power looks bad though. The yellow eyes don't look cool or good. And the yellow doesn't look good against anything else in this.
You need to call someone.
Well, I'm someone. I got called.
I'm someone.
You know?
I'm someone.
Have you heard a worse voice ever?
It's in you now.
You can blame the direction, you can blame whatever you want. Is there any redeeming quality to this? Does it fit? Does it give an impression that works for this overall? Oh, I heckin' love cookies! Why is Chad Kroger here? Oh god, Aphrodite! To be clear, black women can be beautiful, but no one who puts a black woman in their game chooses to have a beautiful black woman. They always have like absolutely fucked style. Like, why does Aphrodite look like someone who has to get their mother to tell them they're beautiful 5 times a day? Aphrodite spends all her money on ASOS, buying things, desperately hoping that she'll look as good as the model on the product page.
Calliope's blood is literally on your hands.
Yeah, but blood being literally on your face. Someone's blood would literally be on the doctor's hands who saved them. It being literally the case doesn't make it a more emphatic, extreme version of the figurative use. It potentially means it's the opposite. These people probably love saying literally. Oh, I said literally and it was actually literal. Oh.
From this reality. I'm not hiding, though a little lost here.
God, the synth sounds so fucking horrible. Or is that meant to be bass? Is that a bass VST? It's farting.
Is it weird this isn't song?
Is it weird that this isn't song? I might go get more alcohol. Holy fuck. Can I just say, stuff like High School Musical is cringe,
I disagree.
but the lyrics, the composition, everything works. You can appreciate that it's a solid product. This is cringe and actually just bad. Even if I was into this, I think I would recognize that this is not good.
Before you go, however, a few rules.
Why did you go so
Do not
high-pitched?
reveal our existence to the mortal world. This includes mortal authorities that cannot help you. Do not harm another idol. Do not leave.
If they
us.
can't help
Do
me,
as the
then what are
chorus
the consequences of revealing your existence?
Otherwise, do whatever you must to find the true killer. If they exist.
If the consequences aren't severe, why would that be a rule? If the consequences are severe, potentially I could use that to manipulate the situation, right?
Who is this, Grace? Why does he have horns?
I've been known most often as Pan.
Pan, of the Greek gods, Pan, right? But he's some kind of cosplayer?
Does anyone else know what cosplay is? Haha, updoot. The irony that my roommate has a Palestinian flag up, and I'm going to use her as a human shield.
I'm the guy who can help you. All that you hear is at your command.
Wait.
Oh, fuck. This is real bad.
Not about to just trust you. You barge in and take over the place. I don't know what I must do, but here's what you can do. Get out of my face. I'm doing it. This is a power I'm not overthinking it. If this was a drink, I'd be drinking. Someone is dead and I'm losing
If this was a drink, I'd be drinking it. Fuck me. Holy shit. Fuck. These performances are like when you're struggling in Guitar Hero and the song sounds like shit. Or Parappa the Rapper when you hit the rhythm wrong. Or Scratch and Melody when I hit the rhythm wrong.
If I had 4 hands, I'd grab you both by the neck.
If I had 4 hands, I'd grab you both by the neck. You have 2. You have the 2 necks, 2 hands. With your freakish giant man hands. What do you mean if I had 4? I like how the guy who looks like Chad Kroger is looking at a photograph in the first scene where you talk to him alone.
I mean, phantom pains and friend.
I can't play a game with the song where the first lyrics are phantom pains from a missing friend.
Here she is, only in your head.
Holy this is like a parody of Evanescence.
We were statues hiding under sheets, collecting dust. She burst through
That's the
door,
best line there's been in the song,
shouting,
in terms of melody and lyrics.
"Come to the next."
But now it's ass. Now it sounds like a South Park song.
Calliope, she's the way to be.
Stop!
Always knew that you would come around.
Always knew. You can't say that about someone you've known for one day. I've always believed in you. I say to the guy I met 2 hours ago.
To receive a prophecy is not simply to be told what might happen, it's to be told what will happen. To know a prophecy is to be bound to its outcome. Only in ignorance is one free to choose.
I feel like this is the worst conception of prophecy. No, I hate that. I don't like that. So prophecy is just a solidification versus something that already exists. So it's not like a mapping of something that already exists. So does he choose which thread then? Out of all possible outcomes? Or is it like rolling a dice?
Sometimes you won't understand the full meaning until it's...
Then why is that bad? If I don't understand the full meaning, I'm still in ignorance, which means it's not set. If ignorance it means I'm free. If my knowledge of the prophecy is what leads me to fit into that mold, if I don't understand the prophecy, how could that cause that to happen? It'd be the same as not knowing the prophecy. Simply give me a prophecy where I'm found innocent. Yeah, that's another thing, Umpty. What if you make the prophecy come true, like, vacuously? You will fall into a hole, so I drop into a, 1-inch deep hole. Prophecy fulfilled. I'm 33 and don't know left from right without making an L with my hand. Same, so last year I got this corresponding one on my left hand. Here on the hand is a tattoo of R1. Like the controller button indicator, R1. And on the left there's an L1. Bro, which hand do you write with? If you're not ambidextrous, are you right or left-handed? I don't know. To be fair, I'm so bad at using a pen that I could technically be described as ambidextrous because I'm equally terrible with my left and right hand. My writing's the same.
Meaning there's an oracle here.
There is.
What?
If you force a corporation to produce a design for a diversity-promoting character, 9 out of 10 corporations pay someone to draw this oracle.
Even if I was the oracle, I'm certainly not his oracle.
Crowdfunded itch.io puzzle game protagonist. Did you see people getting triggered as fuck that the files uses AI voice acting, and then they kept saying, well, it's still wrong because even if they paid the voice actors, because they probably didn't know it was going to be used to train AI. But then people brought out, no, they knew. Like, the voice actors wanted to do the gig where they'd be paid to provide lines that would be used to train a model. Like, what, you're going to tell them they're not allowed? Fuck you. I feel like a lot of the anti-generative AI stuff as well is going to hit a brick wall when we actually get good games that generate content in its entirety. So you'll have when we have a game that's like an RPG where a voiced quest line with unique assets generated just for you, where characters will talk to you, when we have one of those that's even decent, the opposition goes out the fucking window. It's gone. People are gonna come in their pants over that game, and they're gonna be like, no, you know what, fuck humans, screw them over, get the good AI going, replace them now. I guarantee it. Because if you're like, oh, AI that generates voice clips, that takes away jobs from voice actors. If it taking away a job or limiting the amount of money a voice actor can make is your limit, that means you're also going to be saying no to anything that generates, original content, whole cloth. That means that path for the future of games is off the table. That's like a dream. That's a dream for so many people, though. The response to AI stuff right now, if you're a creative, the response is 1, do your own fucking projects. 2, focus on how you want licensing to work and how you want royalties to work in a changing world. Those are like the number 2. Trying to stop it? Are you fucking joking? You're like a decade late. At least. Maybe you had a minuscule grain of a chance a decade ago. You're so late.
Testing 1, 2, testing 3. Is this thing on? Are you testing me with your coterie ogling expectantly? Heads up.
Stop. Is this boy in a band? I'm a lyrical spiritual miracle.
Little girl, the bus home is leaving.
And you ride the short one.
It's hazy, Hades. So you're his lady before my time because I'm such a baby.
Why is the last line of your fucking diss calling yourself a baby? That's not how this works. Our rap diss track boils down to saying, I'm baby.
Maybe this new muse will do.
Don't use that word.
Oh no, this is the wrong response. She's supposed to sing that after I click drop the N-bomb option.
That I was chosen like I'm somehow more special. I really didn't mean it that way. Hope you can.
See, when I say I'm chosen, what I mean is I'm the real Hebrew.
I'm sorry. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but...
Hey, being Aphrodite is torture. You have the memory of every other Aphrodite's PTSD and they all scream for death. I know! I'll give this burden to a disabled person. Let's say you're a god whose domain includes, I don't know, birds or flight or something. And it's like, hey, wheelchair person, I want to peace out. I'll give you god powers and, like, you'll be able to fucking fly. You don't need that wheelchair anymore. That's sick. That's real good.
The point of all
She's
this?
not actually disabled, she's just a fat
wanted
rights
to be sure.
activist.
Sometimes it
She's a fat rights activist fighting against society's expectation that you burn calories. I always hated on I will hate on anyone for any characteristic, even including characteristics I myself have. Okay? I'm not hating on fat people because I lost weight. I'm hating on fat people because it's enjoyable. Can I hate on people with positive characteristics I admire? No such thing.
We let it happen. On a plate gladly delivered. Everything that war dogs.
You fed them war dog food.
Made a secret weapon so my captors let me go.
Do I like mythology? No.
He gave up
I don't hate it.
Who gives a damn about your suffering? Who wants to see you be yourself again?
I get what they imagined this would sound like, but they didn't. They didn't pull it off on any level. It's so bad. This is like someone's first attempt at making an original music YouTube channel. Holy shit, how much did this cost again? Holy fuck, $19.99, 20% off.
Bombs blanketing the ground. Screaming so profound.
Bombs blanketing the ground, a screaming so profound. This is Gartic Phone story mode level.
I never thought you'd let it get this way.
Who's gonna help me overcome the war? Everybody. Who's gonna be there when I'm on the floor?
Who's gonna help me overcome the war? Who's gonna help me when I'm on the floor? Who's gonna come in and walk the dinosaur? Everybody. I love, you know what I love? Okay, Stray Gods was born out of deep knowledge of how role-playing games work. In the year of our Lord, 2023, deep knowledge of role-playing games means you like playing make-believe in the same way a 5-year-old does. That's what it means. Prove me wrong.
Mortals within the reliquary.
More likely than you think.
Sacrilege. This knowledge is not meant for I shall grind you into the dust.
I get the idea is that she's huge, so there's going to be a huge effective perspective. Like her bending over, her head's going to look huge and her arm's going to look tiny. But clearly in this space, even with her head being so much closer, she has a massive head and tiny hands. Did they make did they trans the Prometheus precursor guy? I think if the Aboriginals, if the, like, what do they call it? Is it just Aboriginals or natives in Australia? If they said, look, we were here first, and look what happens when the colonizers are allowed to do their own thing, and they fucking pointed to this, everyone would be on their side. Forget treatment of the natives, forget everything, forget damage to the environment, anything like that. Point to this. Point to this.
You've cast a spell on me. It's a feeling that's...
Did I just accidentally open 5 different songs in YouTube? Oh god, she's gonna peg him with the Titan dildo.
To describe these feelings I feel coming up from inside. It's unexpected, I barely know what to do. All this seemed impossible, yet
This
now
feels
it's
like
come
some
true.
fetish shit.
Be outside, yeah?
Oh no, he covered his mouth to record the whisper into his mic so it just sounded tinny.
Hour.
Did you hear that?
It's fine for you.
The Starfield dev saying, well, the moon is empty, but the astronauts weren't bored? Yeah, because it was the fucking actual moon. Well, my Unity test room is empty, like the moon, where the astronauts weren't bored. Wow, damn, yeah, that's cool. What's the chemical composition of the rocks on the moon in Starfield? Oh, wait, that's just not a thing? Oh, man. How much training did I have to go through to get there? How many other people are doing this? Curious. Strange that going to the moon in Starfield doesn't have the same impact as going to the moon in real fucking life.
Do you?
But Bethesda is so mad about the negative reviews that they're adding a patch to Starfield that actually causes you to lose bone density when you play the game in your spaceship in low gravity.
Such a long day, dreaming of tonight, this secret.
It sounds like they're using Melodyne to pitch correct, but not actually pitch correcting it. I don't know. It sounds slightly synthetic. It's real weird.
Hello, who's that there? You've messed up my flow. Just get your drink, girl, and take your seat.
Thank you, come again. Thank you for your custom. Please come again later.
Right, let's play. I'm sure you can fight, okay, but you get a fight today. You're fighting Grace this time.
Fucking Christ! How do you make some of this bad?
This time's mine, this time just like every time. He's mine.
This time, just like every time. I love my big cup. I love my big cup. Holy shit. How can you make this in a world where Friday Night Funkin' exists, man? In Friday Night Funkin', people be going, beep boop bop beep, doo doo bop, doo doo boop boop. And it sounds a million times better than this. Aren't you ashamed? With the amount of people working on this, the names you have, you've got lyrics, you've got production. How the fuck do you make this? What if I told you this shot looks kind of cool? This drawing is the best drawing in the game. Someone cast the stone to cringe spell. Flesh to cringe. It's not melody and counter melody, it's just melody and some other fucking melody with no relation whatsoever. What are you doing? Does this work? And one of their lines is like, are the tracks out of sync and it works if you change it? Or, like, was there a mistake in rendering the track? Or, you know what, every time they both sing at the same time, it's this.
Wake me up! I can't wake up! Save me! Wake me up!
Think about this, lads. At the end of 2023, we're playing a game like this. Think of how good the games in 2024 are going to seem after playing this. Think of the good I'm doing for you. The recalibration of your expectations.
Someone's coming. You better be ready. A wolf is waiting in the tomb. He's a master of his craft. Coming. We have to take back. I can feel them howling at the moon. What is mine? Don't forget where we came here.
Save me!
This game is 94% of the 1,431 reviews are positive, and the game costs £20 on sale.
Dow, 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 loop it. Dow, dow, dow.
I think this has the highest potential of any song we've heard so far. There's potential here. Watch it just burn away the second the lyrics start.
I didn't do what I was told, didn't know that it was all a game. I didn't think that he would do it. Then Eurydice was gone. And Persephone, you stood right beside him and said, what a shame. He was always gonna kill her and you knew it. And I never got to have my revenge. My pain never ends.
The composer of this must just not have an imagination. I could imagine where it would go and sound good, and it just didn't go there, even though it was so obvious.
Hey.
Fuck off.
Freddie, you're here. Yeah, I've actually been watching you since you arrived. It's not like there's much else going on.
Doesn't this mean she had to believe in Hades? I guess knowledge of the gods.
This isn't the end. Hey, it's not by a long shot. You still have a whole story to
God, I
finish.
hope not. God, I hope that's figurative.
I found someone while I was down here. Someone you really need to meet.
It's Hitler. Oh. Calliope. Fine. Sorry. Are you telling me we're gonna fucking solve this by just meeting Calliope and having her tell us everything? Not by piecing it together or anything? Holy fuck.
Calliope?
Holy fucking shit.
Athena wanted to know if there was a way to save the idols. The answer was this. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives.
Well, the idols are done then.
The last muse.
And now you know the prophecy.
You can surely break that. If you guarantee that the muse successfully passes on her eidolon, that means none of the muses is the last muse. How do you know you're the last muse? That could be a prophecy that never... Like, that's not really a prophecy, is it? Just guarantee the survival of the muse, and then it's not the last muse. Or rather, guarantee the passing on of the muse. Muse's eidolon. It suddenly becomes a character action game where we God of War all the other idols.
It's time to go.
It's time to go.
It's time.
I need you to live no matter the cost.
You did it. You actually brought me back from the dead.
Guys, just so you know, I figured I'd bring this up. I never mentioned this. This game was crowdfunded on Fig. It had 6,000 backers and raised $690,000.
Well, then it's done. You're locked into it, as is Freddy. Athena will want her dead, too.
Bro, the prophecy doesn't mean we're gonna die. It means she's gonna try to kill us. Which means
That's
I can
right.
kill her in
Leave.
self-defense.
It's what you're best at. I suggest you do whatever necessary to prepare.
I'm gonna dilate so hard. I'm gonna unbirth Athena into myself.
Great.
Imagine if giving up the eidolon made you brain dead.
With my decision. I've watched the struggle.
Because you know the memory merge? What if the memory merge happens and then you get rid of the eidolon and just formats your brain?
You don't wish you were still dead, do you? Did I screw up? I don't know.
I'm sorry I didn't get your consent to save your
Should've
life.
asked you first.
I'm sorry I saved you.
I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry I life raped you.
It just kind of happened.
Happy birthday.
It's not that. It's not just that. Of course it'll be the same. Why wouldn't it? Grace, I sacrificed myself because I love you. I'm in love with you. And I have been.
And you're disrespecting my act of love. Yeah, and I love you, so I brought you back, you fucking mongoloid. No, how do I undo saving her? How do I kill her? How do I return?
Athena doesn't know about me. Once she does, I'm the last muse. She's gonna want me dead, isn't she? We can still get through this, Fred.
Grace, why did you save me? I'm gonna get killed now.
When I start...
Oh, it's the AIDS flag. The one with the black and brown stripes. That means AIDS, right? Survivors of AIDS? Is it the brown stripe means black people, but then the black stripe isn't black people? It's AIDS survivors. No. The brown stripe is like ethnic minorities, and the black stripe is survivors of AIDS. Papermag.com. The brown and black represent queer people of color. Okay, so brown and black are brown and black people. But the black also represents those who have passed as well as those living with HIV and AIDS. I'd feel weird about the stripe for my race also being the AIDS stripe. I would personally feel weird about that. Hey, this is the stripe for people who play with a controller on aim assist, and it also stands for people with AIDS.
You and I are not the same people who we once knew.
Horrendous.
We all know how this ends.
Christ almighty in heaven. Oh no, Freddy's going down again. That line was delivered well, like sung well. Is this the kind of music that you take your wife to for some brownie points? Here's the... I don't know about wife, but my girlfriend would leave me if I made her listen to this. And she wasn't able to escape or take breaks.
Not in that way. I just meant to say you're great, Grace, and I'm with you. Or I'm not with you. I'm just you know what I mean.
Of course, it's me. Because
Wait.
of me,
The Furies just delete?
prophecy would come to be.
She was defeated by the power of a gimmick comic relief character singing about supporting me but not dating me. Get in the robot Shinji. Punch her, she deserves it.
Up to you what to do with this.
Let's go. That's not a punch.
And this Calliope.
Right. Yeah, let's make sure the camera's gonna linger on for a long amount of time in the climax of the game. Let's make sure that looks like fucking shit. Let's make sure this door that's gonna be in frame for a huge amount of time at the end of the game, let's make sure it looks like absolute dog shit. Yeah, let's do that. The owl you see for 10 seconds, that shit's gonna be crisp though.
I'm an adult now.
Wait, what?
We need to do this over and do it right.
Does that mean you forgive me?
Wait, what's the age difference? What do you mean I'm an adult now?
Within me there will always be
A virus, it's called HIV. Merry Christmas, everyone. I promised you suffering. Did you not receive suffering?
only if only I've spent so long yearning, observing,
When you accidentally turn your stalker into a god, the sequel is going to be a horror story. This game was made on stolen ground. Give it back. That shit is just bragging. It's like, yeah, I made this on stolen shit. What are you gonna do about it? Look at how much money we made on stolen shit. Get fucked, natives. Get owned. What are you gonna do? Right, yeah. That was Stray Gods. Fig Choir. Imagine being a member of the Fig Choir. Oh no. That was Stray Gods. From start to finish, bought using the gift cards that were given to me for Christmas. Please continue to give me money. I won't always abuse it like this, but for Christmas we needed something special, and I think that was a special experience like we haven't had in a while.